Thanks for tuning in to our channel again and welcome to this design analysis video on the Toyota Prius. No more boring cars. After 20 years and 3.5 million cars sold worldwide, the Prius has become the flag carrier of all hybrids. And despite the fact that every self-respecting manufacturer now offers a hybrid car, the Prius is still synonymous with the technology. For some car enthusiasts, the Prius has become the poster child of boring cars. Their attitude is completely unjustified. This car is interesting, and so is the brand that had the vision to bring this concept to life. It could even be argued that the Prius is responsible for the acceptance of and ultimately the shift to full electric cars. A radical change for the conservative automotive world that only started 20 years after the first Prius. After all, Toyota is the first manufacturer to prove that partial electric driving is not only quiet and comfortable, but technically feasible. This break with the automotive industry paradigm is a huge achievement in itself. I will not discuss the first generation Prius very elaborately today. The generically designed car that was built from 1997 up to 2003 was a rather unpleasant looking sedan, and dishonest too. The unique features of the car weren't shown through the design narrative. The story told by the proportions, the surfacing and the jewelry, and general foam language did not communicate that this was an efficient and unique hybrid. The model that followed in 2003 was entirely new and more authentic. This mid-size liftback looked modern with its elongated body and unique roofline. It started from the hood and continued down to the stern. The shape has become iconic and synonymous with the technology underneath. This is a truly successful design exercise because this streamlined look communicates its efficiency and helps it at the same time. It does exactly what it says on the tin. There is only one other brand that consistently applies such rooflines running from the bonnet all the way to the back. Like Toyota, this is related to the aerodynamics of the vehicle. Back to Toyota. Akiko Toyoda, president of the Toyota Motor Corporation, made a company-wide decision. No more boring cars. To support that statement, Toyota has empowered its designers more than ever before. This radical change of vision within the company that went decades with engineering making the final decisions delivered the futuristic and polarizing Prius in 2016. Design was previously routinely sacrificed by the Toyota manufacturing engineers, a group seen internally as the so-called production gods, in connection with their relentless pursuit of efficiency. In this new era for Toyota, the chief designer guides every car from initial sketch through to production. And with result, the very three-dimensional sculpture that is the new Prius, with its unique avant-garde form ideas, costs money. Because it complicates production techniques. To begin with, such shapes are more difficult to make, and quality control is subsequently more difficult to pass, because despite the different material properties, the outspokenly shaped metal and plastic parts still have to be aligned the Toyota way. Admittedly, the fourth generation Prius is not necessarily a classic beauty. The ultimate harmony as described in that movement is nowhere to be found in this design. The question is whether that is wrong. The fourth generation Prius is a modern yet Baroque interpretation of the 2003 hybrid silhouette defining car. The progressive spectrum of form is as refreshing as it is complex. The manga and transformer-like appearance is extremely Japanese. It is honest about its origins. The design language is almost non-automotive. And Baroque has been praised and admired in architecture for years, so why not apply it in car design? Less might not always be more. An essential part in the perception of the beauty of cars is, beside the design of the surfacing or the skin of the car, the proportions of the vehicle, seen from about 10 meters of distance. The Prius's proportional statement is unique due to the roofline. Of paramount importance within the proportions is the so-called wheel-to-body ratio, the way in which the size of the wheels relate to the rest of the body. The larger the wheels within the overall sculpture of the car, the more beautiful the complete sculpture looks. So, small wheels in an equally small wheel well, such as applied to the Prius, makes the body look out of proportion. However, the aerodynamic performance of a car with large wheels is poor, and large wheels also take up a lot of space within the car's body and thus decreasing interior space. Both are impractical and are diametrically opposed to the main goals of a spacious and efficient family car. The choice to use small wheel arches and detail wheels is understandable, but the car designer in me is in pain. To underline that statement, I drew the wheels on my sketch of the Prius larger than those of the original. This immediately makes the car as a whole look better. Now that we have discussed the proportions and the surfacing of the Prius, jury remains, the details. The Prius signature lighting, which is immediately recognizable in the dark, is extremely successful at doing its job. Seen from behind, the Prius in its fourth generation, especially before its recent facelift, is exceptionally recognizable. The brightly defined taillights are set to the extreme outer points of the body and have very sharp ends. Not only is this a newly developed element of the design DNA for the Prius, they are also extremely functional. These hard surface edges actually cut the air of the car, so that the air attached to the body of the car whilst driving does not stick to the rear and cause drag. For these aerodynamic reasons, every modern car has small spoilers in the rear light units. With the Prius, however, they are not slyly concealed in the unit, but very recognizable. Form follows function proudly here. And the function of the Prius shapes is twofold, because not only has it become the most recognizable hybrid car, it also has become one of the most efficient.